Ago, but of course I had to put them on hold since I was doing the Demon Slayer box opening, and I managed to snag these two. So pretty excited about that for today's stream. But before we do that, I had an opportunity to be a part of the Gundam beta. So I kind of want to like at least show you guys what I pulled, as well as show you guys a mistake I made, which hopefully doesn't cost too much to fix it. But of course, you know, it's in a big white box. Go ahead and put this back in here. There we go. So back in a nice little white box. Have a little Gundam emblem on it. And of course, this little box slider cover, whatever you call it. And the first thing you see when you open up is basically a box topper of the beta, which is a Gundam. You have a manual that teaches you how to play the game, as well as I didn't know this until one of the guys actually read the manual. Funny enough, but this manual actually has different deck lists you could try out, which of course. You know, when you open it, you're gonna have like try to count maybe 12 to 14 packs in here, which I open them, of course. You got these nice little beta dice. I didn't open it because I don't want to use them. And then not only does it come with like 12 to 14 packs, I don't know if it says here in the box or not. Let me see content. Oh, 16. So it comes with 16 packs. So not only does it come with 16 packs, but of course it comes with an additional deck of cards of extra sets to help build your deck. Because you know, whatever you get for your packs means it's kind of like playing a draft. You play what's or a sealed event. You play what's given to you. So Bandai Namco, of course, kind of was generous and gave us an extra pack of or an extra deck of cards, mainly for our resources. That's what you need to play in order to play, you know, the cards from your hand, or that's the energy, I guess, cards. But like pretty much an additional of like 16, maybe 20 additional cards that could help build your deck even more. But yeah, I played it and I like it so far. Of course, I guys are interested to see what they look like, like personally, or like yeah, rainforest. If you want to see it like up front, those in the local area, just hit me up. We'll just meet up at our local car shop. However, unfortunately, I did messed up when I given the beta cards. And the good thing was, let's see if I can find it. The good thing about it was that it was an uncommon card. The problem though is that it's still a beta card, and I wish I did bend it, as you can see, so I could have played on my blue deck. Because of course, the whole point of the beta event is to, play with the decks and give Ben an opinion about it as far as improvements and everything. This happened because I guess I'll take this out. Like you can see the crease and everything. So I'm so I was so flattened out. It just added to my binder, but it sucks. But this is a game-genic inner sleeve, thick inner sleeve, mind you. I would never recommend buying. This is I would say this, I trust this to protect my cards, but it is a pain in the ass to put the cards in there. Because, you put it in here, and it's like, oh, it's sliding in, but at the halfway point, that's where it started getting tense. So you gotta push it a little harder, like that. And I was doing that, and of course, right when we get the edge, I was pushing it in like, I was holding it here to keep it flat, pushing in, and I don't know what happened, but it just bent. That's what happened. So, I would trust this inner sleeve for protection if you want to put inside a binder. Oh, wow. Appreciate that. How's it now, Lava? Can you hear me over the music? I'll go ahead and continue talking while I wait for a response. Cool. Sorry about that. I thought I set it to a certain volume to where you could hear the music well enough, but not too loud. So I'll go over the stream after this and test it again because I thought it would be a good sweet spot around 45, 50 decibel. So that's all me. But yeah, game-genic inner sleeve. Very tough. I trust it to protect my cards, but you gotta be very careful. Because how thick it is, and it's an inner sleeve, it is a pain in the butt to put the cards in here. And if you don't pay attention, as a result, get the crease that you can see. It's all bent up. A beta card. So a little butthurt about it. So me being me, of course, I'm gonna go online to see if I can find a replacement of this. It's gonna cost an arm and leg, I bet. But if it's a fair price, I'll purchase this to get this card replaced. But yeah. Oh, and then here's the dice. Everybody was using it. I'm like, I'm not going to use it yet. I'm just going to keep it in my little box. But yeah, man, it's a very fun game. Unfortunately, it won't be out until July, August timeframe. But I really recommend people to give it a shot. I feel like this Gundam TCG will be it. There is a history of them releasing other Gundam TCGs. I think it was a Battlestar Saga was one of them. I might be wrong if somebody can correct me. But I guess this is their new approach. I'm not going to say they're trying to mimic the One Piece gameplay, because that's what Fusion World tried to do and it failed horrible. It's still a fun game to play, but it is annoying to play. It's just too much interactions in that game. But after playing the beta, I don't think there's anything they need to improve other than trying to think. What's my opinion before we start doing some box opening? I don't know. I think it's just because it's so limited. I mean, there's a variety of cards, but I still think because it's a beta and we were only able to play certain type of cards, it's just I don't know, I just want more. I think that's my only complaint. I want more in the beta. So, but other than that, let's let's talk about the Gundam beta that I attend today. And let's go ahead and start doing some box opening. Shout out to the Crimsons. They're our local team here. They were able to take majority of the top 4 at one of the I forgot what you guys call it, but it's a major event. Normally it's like the end of the season for Lorcana. They were hoping to take all top 4, but somebody called out one of our other team members for skipping out playing Gundam beta with me, rather than tag along with them to this tournament. But yeah, shout out to them for that, for performing very well. Okay, so we're about to start opening some Lorcana. So we're gonna do Azurite C first, followed by Shimmering Skies, and the last 2 will be Urusula Returns. But yeah, I was trying to do my stream at 8 p.m. As far as what I discussed last time, but the beta took way longer than I expected. So of course I had to postpone it till 8:30 because I didn't think it will. I thought it would start at 5 p.m., which it did, but I didn't think it will take that long because it's it's brand new. We all try to learn how to do the game mechanics and stuff like that, as well as build our deck. So I said, all right, let me postpone the stream till 8:30, which I did. Well, I may have to postpone the stream till 9 p.m. going forward because they also host One Piece, and I left at 7:30, I believe, and the One Piece event was still going on. So my mind is, if I ever, I got another one, huh? If I ever tried to do One Piece over at my local card shop, and it's going to go beyond 8 p.m., then I may have to postpone the stream till 9 p.m. Eastern time going forward, or reschedule my stream at 9 p.m., which I don't mind doing that. I just want to make sure, like I said, I'm trying to be consistent on my stream. I don't think people appreciate me being like, oh, let's do 8 p.m., let's do 8:30, let's do 9. So I will have a confirmation later this week for everyone saying, hey, we are going to do the stream at this time every Saturday, with any minor changes if things comes up. So I apologize if you guys expect the stream to start at 8 p.m. But hey, if you subscribe to the channel and pay attention to the community announcement, you will be given a courtesy heads up as far as any future schedules going on or any changes to the schedule. Other than that, all I'm looking for is pretty much enchantments. I'm still not familiar with the whole Lorcana sets. I know some of the viewers watching, they know what's a good card, what's a bad card. So thanks again if you guys inform me saying, hey, you pulled a very good card. If it's mainly meta use or because of code foil, just let me know, and I'll definitely put it on the side to put on my binder. But that's all we're doing today. It's just Lorcana. Nice. Scar, Teeth Inhibition. When you play this character, deal 2 damage to chosen character, you deal 2 damage to another. When you play this character, deal 2 damage to the chosen character yours to deal 2 damage to. Oh, ha! So it's kind of like a ricochet effect. So to continue off from the Gundam beta I attended today, it has kind of sparked an argument amongst the community, or the TCG community, as far as, when an event occurs, who has the right to register for the event, And a lot of people normally argue that, if you're able to register, you're set, first come, first serve. Plus, it's based on card shop, business model or how they want to operate. So I bring that up. Oh, sup, Devin or Red? My bad. Trying not to call y'all real names out. Yeah, I saw the Scar card. It looks legit. I mean, I am trying to build a new deck. I'm kind of done playing aggro. So I want to play something more control. That's kind of been my go-to deck lately. You in Arena, I've been playing against the Kuna control deck. One of my buddies got me into Final Fantasy TCG, which I didn't even knew exists. I am super quiet. What do you mean I'm super quiet? Ah, man. Mic check. Testing. Actually, I see what you're talking about. It is a little lower. Why is that? Volume-wise. You know what? Hold on. Mic check. Testing. I think I know why. I think one of the main issues is I need to have my Wavelink app open up. Maybe that could be the reason. I can't adjust the music too to lower it. Yeah, I don't know. I never had any issues with the volume. This is the first time. Like I kept it locked ever since I had everything set up a couple weeks ago. So I haven't changed anything other than maybe my mic placement. But even then, it's a dynamic mic. You got the shrug remote. Come on, man. All right. Well, I guess I'll try to talk a little louder than I usually don't want to be too loud where my neighbors can hear me. But we will resume. Main thing is, okay, well, I'm quiet, but can y'all hear me? That's my main question. Like, am I loud and clear enough to where you guys can understand what I'm saying? No response? I'll take that as a yes. It's all good. Like I said, after this, I'll go over my stream and hear it. If it sounds loud and clear on my end, after I rewatch the video, then maybe it's the settings on somebody else's. But since we're talking about crappy stream quality, what's y'all opinion on the Australia Lorcana World event that happened over the weekend or the last couple of days? Okay. Yeah, well, I'll make adjustment to it. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me loud and clear. Okay, I did a bunch of mic checking. Oh, hey. And man, speaking of that, give me a second. My Discord notification is going off in the background. Right. I'm back. But the main issue, I guess, from a lot of people's response is the lighting was horrible, the audio was crappy, similar to how my audio is, I guess. And and I was asking people like, hey, is this like brand new for Australia? Oh, but that's what I was asking. Like, is this Australia's first time hosting a Lorcana event and streaming it? Especially if you think especially since it's like a big major event. It could have been better, or it could have been handled better. But I don't know. I was just hearing people's opinions, and it's been hilarious. Like even the Twitch responses have been giving the stream negative feedbacks. Like what the heck, like we can't see, poor lighting. The guy, one guy is loud and clear, the other guy is quiet. And I'm no expert when I'm looking at gameplay, but it seems like a lot of people were very upset to see top players performing very poorly. Like, I guess some of y'all were freaking out about why did this guy bounce a crab? And I'm like, well, what does that mean? I still don't know the big deal about bouncing a crab, but that just tells me enough from both my social group and the Twitch chat to tell me that these players were playing horrible. But I can't judge. I don't play Lorcana that much. I'm trying to, but it's just a matter of getting another deck other than aggro. I mean, yeah, but they're like the top players in Australia for them to have an invite at the world level. And that's why I was asking one of our guys, like, hey, did Lorcana just recently release over in Australia? Or, or the competitiveness over there is not that strong compared to, over in, Europe and United States. That's kind of usually a thing, like fighting games is a good example. If you ask who are the best countries when it comes to certain fighting games, if people say Tekken, it'll normally be like, Korea, Japan, and Europe. United States are kind of weak in Japan, over in Tekken. Street Fighter is, Japan to US. And then of course, you got these niche fighters that's only popular in Japan, the US kind of deal. So, I don't know if the same logic apply in TCG, where certain countries are like play very well, on certain TCGs, And honestly, it's not also if they play well or not. It's also their play style. That's one thing I learned talking with a lot of players. It's like compared to Japan, especially like Japan, and One Piece is a good example. They play very, I guess, conservative, like defense. Not saying that they don't like play rush or anything, but it's like when it comes to their deck building, their play style, they I guess they are trying to play fair. I think that's the word I'm looking for. I may be wrong on that. I'm trying to think of another word. Yet, you bring that TCG over to the United States, us Westerners are trying to figure out how can we build the most broken, jank, deck ever. And it's always interesting to see how, Japanese players build their deck. And then when a set is released over to the United States, we straight up make a huge alteration to it, where it's a completely different deck, and it just dominate the whole entire, meta. And then of course, a lot of players in Asia be picking it up and be like, oh damn, and they do the same thing. Oh, what's this? Oh, so code foil, legendary, interesting. Yeah, it's always interesting just to see how each country perform. So, like I said, going back to Australia, are they just not that competitive, or is Lorcana like still new to them? So they're still trying to figure things out. And if it's new to them, why haven't they look online to see how the United States are playing? You know, 'cause that's how we do it. One Piece comes out every time a new set comes out in Japan for like One Piece and UN Arena. You know, we always try to take a look at their builds and be like, that's how they build it. And then of course, once it's released in the United States, we make our own tweak. Yeah, I noticed that it has like a little texture and everything, or I guess slight texture. It's legit. I like it. I'm still looking for enchantment though, so. But what's y'all opinion? Am I right? Am I wrong? Am I almost right? You guys have your own input about how each country performed different based on, you know, certain TCGs. I'll let you guys take over the chat and answer that. We'll make an adjustment to the audio real quick. Just trying to figure out how can I win the game as fast as possible, or how can I secure my win while making my opponents miserable. So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I wasn't really too familiar with the whole Lorcana meta. Still, like I'm still trying to learn as much as I can with you guys. But the fact that you guys were very disappointed on the performance in Australia, and the fact that you're saying someone like me can easily beat them, like somebody like me who's brand new and just got the basic understanding of Lorcana, just that tells me a lot. I mean, granted, I have TCG experience, so I know, you know, I just pick things up real quick. Other than Magic, Magic's the only game I still struggle to get into. It's easy, but with so many terminology to stay on top of, it's like I'm just not a fan of it. But yeah, I don't know. But you know, Japan, China, I don't know, Korea has it. But a few countries in Asia finally got their own Lorcana set one, the first chapter. So we'll see how, you know, everything's played over there. Maybe they might bring something new to the table that we may have overlooked. Unless they copy paste and be like, oh yeah, red blue is the way to go. That's how the Americans are doing it. Which, of course, it'll just make everyone more upset that we'll have more red blue players. Only got one more box left with Azurite Seed. Seems like there's no enchantment in here. All good though. Like I said, more cards to add to the vault. Got Jasmine.
Are you ready for this? Yes. No, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm a little nervous actually. You know, I know that this isn't a real day because, you know, Jerry doesn't know that I
just realized something. I'm supposed to be looking for a genie, a cold foil genie for one of our viewers, so I wasn't too sure. Is this what you're looking for? Give me 1 second. I have to look at the chat. Alright, I am back. Yeah, I just looked at it. This is not what we're looking for. I may have to go back real quick. I wasn't too sure if I pulled one. So you looking for a cold foil. Doesn't seem like I pulled it, man. Damn. Hold on. Still got a few more to go through.
Far from the village, Campetti stalks silently through the dense undergrowth, peering into the canopy far above in search of monkeys.
Yep. I don't have it, unfortunately. Sorry, Llama. I guess you may have to ask around again or order off a TGG player.
An emerald tree boa lurks ominously overhead.
Alright, we got these little cards. I'll go through them. Yeah, that's another thing. I have so many bulks, but I never have a chance to organize them. And I'm so frustrated. So for those who are catching up on the stream, I was ranting about the quality of the UN Arena cards. Sorry, I'm moving around. It sound like I'm getting loud and quiet all of a sudden. So we're gonna do Shimmering Skies next. But the main issue is that if I leave, like I said, this is a Lorcana card. If I leave this out all day, and I come back to my apartment the next day, it will still be flat. You know, or it might be like a little bending, but it's still flat. Let me grab one real quick so you can see what I'm dealing with. this is Lorcana. If I leave it out a day, nice and flat. This is Urusula. If I leave it out a day, if I got lazy and not sleeve them up or put them in a bulk box, here's the result if I leave out for one day. It's just flex. And this is Urusula. Right? Let me show you this. This is one piece. It has a slight bend, but it's not bad compared to Urusula. Lastly, Dragon Ball Fusion World. I can leave this out all day in my apartment, and it's like flat or slightly curved. You don't even notice it. That leads to my main issue I have. It's the quality of the cards. So I brought that up because I said prior to that I need to organize my bulk. But not only do I need to organize my bulk, I need to straight up build a, not build, but you know, try to put it in a room where the humidity is at 45-50%. Did a lot of research on the perfect, dang, can you open this? There we go. And somebody actually did their own project. They were over in like in the Philippines or Singapore or whatever. And, you know, that place is always humid. And they finally realized, like, oh man, the perfect ratio is, or the perfect percentage is 45-50%. And this is all you need to do in order to, you know, help strain out the cards. So one of my projects for the next few days is to, you know, of course, not only reorganize the bulks I have of Urusula, Lorcana, Dragon Ball Fusion, and One Piece, but I need to store it in a room. Oh, hey, Crunk. And you know, make sure it's controlled, so you know, so that way it will start flattening itself. And you know, that way it just doesn't look all. It just stops the flex and everything. But yeah, at the end of the day, it is on me. I should have. I'm not gonna say sleeve. I can't sleeve over 1,000 cards, but I should at least store them properly. You know, try to minimize leaving them out in the open, because many of them are like laying across my table that I'm trying to sort out. And you know, it's just one of those days where I'm busy with school and whatnot, or just life in general. I'd be like, oh, I'll get back into sorting them out later, and then I'll wake up the next day and you see the amount of flex they all have, and I just get so frustrated. But yeah, I guess over here in Virginia, just be aware of, you know, the humidity in your apartment as well as the temperature, I guess. Or else you'll be like me, having thousands of cards all like, you know, slightly flexed, and you try to figure out how to sort that out. Oh hey, don't. If I recall, somebody was looking for this in our group, the Donald Duck pie cylinder. But I think that was a while ago, though. So anybody who's interested, just put a chat in the make a response in the chat, man. Let me know who was looking for that, or just make a post in the Discord channel we're in. So yeah, kind of want to bring this up while I'm ripping through this box. So I am in a TCG drought, as I call it, meaning that I cannot find any new sets to open. Mainly because our local card shop only has the latest sets that I have been opening for the last few weeks. Nothing wrong with that, but I always try to at least do something new. As far as if it's a new Urusula set, new Lorcana set, or any sets I haven't had a chance to open. So because of that, unless there's a demand of me trying to do another pull from a certain set that I have done already, I will go ahead and try to get it. Of course, I got a lot of store credit, so I'll just go over there and ask for a box from them if they have it available. But if I do not manage to get any TCG sets that haven't opened on the stream at all, then I will start resorting to doing actual gameplay stream of TCG clients like Magic Arena, Pokemon TCG Live. I do not want to touch Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel because I still do not know how to play that game. But any TCG that has a official client or a community client, like the One Piece TCG Sim, I will give it a shot. Funny enough, I've been playing Octagon, which is like a, if I compare it, it's kind of like a tabletop simulator, but just kind of like a bare bones, and plus it's just like if you play One Piece TCG Simulator, it's kind of like that, but you could play any games that it supports, which was Final Fantasy. But if you guys are interested, let me know. I will make I can make a poll just to be like, what games are you guys interested for me to play? Of course, it's based on the community vote. If nobody doesn't vote, no big deal. I'll just make my own decision. I would say though, when it comes to having a library of cards digitally, I would say that Pokemon, I can easily build any deck I want. So if y'all want me to play certain decks with Pokemon, let me know. Anything outside of Pokemon, it's going to be mediocre gameplay for the most part, because I'm just going to play what's given to me or what I have unlocked. And one thing I don't like about Magic Arena is that I don't always be on top of it. So it sucks when I be like, oh yeah, let me try Magic Arena again. And it's like, oh, all the decks you built a year ago, they're outdated and rotated out. It's like, dang, okay, I guess I'll try to play with some mediocre deck and lose online a lot.
She's very agile. I'm not sure how that
Same could be applied for Fusion World.
I think she's too exhausting.
Which, oh man, I'm about to be on a rant about Fusion World. I enjoyed the game. I was hoping it would copy the same business practice that Pokemon is doing with their TCG. And what that means is, one thing I like about Pokemon is if you buy a booster pack or a blister pack, it comes with a card. I ain't gonna flip over because I don't want people to steal the code. But it's basically buy two for the price of one. You buy a pack for $5-6, depending on where you get it from. And you enter and use that. It comes with a code. You input the code. And you get a digital pack as well. They're not the same, so it's always random on both the physical and digital pack. I like that. Bandai Namco thought, hey, we could do that too, and they did. And I was happy at first. I was like, hell yeah, okay. I just found out by February 15th, so in 2 weeks, the codes for set 1 will expire. I was not aware that codes of a digital pack from Fusion World would expire. I think that's the most dumbest thing to ever do. Because let's say, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm about to buy a case. I end up learning that a case of Fusion World Set 1 is like $500-600. English, of course. People are trying to sell the Japanese at that price too. But buying a case is kind of cheap. But what sucks is that if you buy a case which come in, I don't know, 10-12 boxes, I gotta figure that out. You buy a case, it comes with 10-12 boxes, which kind of comes in with what? 32-36 packs. You're gonna open up cards. You're gonna open up packs with expired codes. So, if you want to sell the codes, people trying to scalp the Japanese set over here. Oh, are you talking about the Lorcana Japanese set? Or just in general? Because I was on eBay earlier today, and I was just thinking like, okay, and funny enough, I was looking at Final Fantasy TCG boxes because I was thinking about buying some for the stream. In general, yeah, it's weird, man. Like, I get it if you're a collector. Like, if you collect, do what you have to do. I am not going to judge. I'm not going to be mad. But for some reason, you just got these people who just think like, I gotta get the Japanese version. And I can tell you right now, from my own experience, going to different states when it comes to Pokemon, there's really not a strong community that like to collect foreign cards. That was a daisy. Oh, nice. So it's like, what do you get out of it? I keep on dropping cards. Yeah, it's like, well, what do you achieve? Because they think, and here's another thing, and I almost fall for it every time. And this is where attention to detail comes in. How it goes again? I'm trying to think of that phrase. Dang, I forgot what the phrase is. But basically, if the price seems very cheap or fair, you know damn well it doesn't cost that. It doesn't cost that much. It costs way more than that. There's always a catch. If somebody knows what that phrase I'm talking about, please post it, because now it's bothering me. So, if I see like, oh, here's a very clever trick people do on eBay. So I was looking at Urusula cases. I was looking at JJK, Bleach, Hunter x Hunter, and what people do is that they will post, they try to sell a case, and it'll be like Urusula case for JJK for $300. That's it. Oh, okay, cool. And of course I have pictures. And then you look at the description. Let's not look at the picture first. Let's look at the description. Oh, hey, a foil. Oh, nice. I might swap that out. Actually, no. I want bling my whole deck out. I don't want to do half-ass blings. So, if you do not, so you look at the description, the same thing. Oh, JJK Urusula case comes with the 12 boxes, shit like that, right? Does it say the content other than it's Urusula, it's JJK? It comes with this amount of boxes. Now, if you know how a TCG case works and everything, normally you would know buying a case, it should come in with 16 boxes. So if it comes with 12 boxes, that's a red flag, and that's when you start looking at the picture. And they're hoping that the people who buy these cases or buy any product of theirs are ignorant to not read the description and look at the picture. So sure enough, I look at the picture. They're selling a case of starter decks, and it's too good to be true. That's what I was looking for. If it's too good to be true, there's something wrong with it. That was the tip of my tongue for a while. So going back to the whole Japanese set, what they're doing now is, oh, you want to buy a case of Dragon Ball Fusion World World Set 1. Here's some for $300. Let's say 16 boxes. That's normal. So you're like, oh man, that's a good steal. And, you know, you read the description, everything looks right, but you look at the picture and you knew something was off. So what they're trying to do now is that they're selling you, they buy up all these Japanese versions, right? Flooded the market because they realize, oh damn, I bought these Japanese sets and it's not selling well here in the United States. So instead of take their L's, and, you know, just trying to, you know, I guess try to sell it back to the Japanese market, they sell it here in the United States and they try to do a half-ass post. And what they do is they'll say that, hey, it is a Dragon Ball Fusion World Set 1. It is a case. Here are the total amount of boxes. And you look at the picture and it's like, oh man, that's legit. That's legit. This guy's being truthful. But one thing I like that each countries do to distinguish their version is that if you, the United States or the English versions. Oh damn, really? Should I use this Game Genic inner sleeve that bent in my beta card, or should I just use a regular sleeve? Let's use a regular sleeve. I do not want to take that chance again. So for those who didn't hear my rant, I use a Game Genic inner sleeve thick, by the way, the thick version, and it resulted in me creasing one of the beta Gundam cards, as you can see. Doesn't look good at all. Very pissed. So I gotta go online to see if somebody sells the singles, which will be an arm and a leg, of course. But I will always recommend Dragon Shield Perfect Fit Clear. Not sponsored by them, of course. Ha ha ha. But they're not thick. And what the hell? A, they're not thick, meaning that I can slide it in like this. Way better than a thick version. I'll say this, it does protect it very well, but it's a pain in the butt to put the card in there because you can easily damage it. Yeah, but this is the only card I need to replace. It's an uncommon, so it's just one of those like, damn man, I just paid like $80 for the beta kit, and the down inner sleeves I bought caused me to bend it and crease it. And don't get me wrong, that's all me. I should have been much more careful, but like I said, this Game Genic inner sleeve is so tough that it does make it challenging to put your cards in here. But you bet your ass it will protect your cards for a while. So it's a trade-off. You get good protection, but if you're not cautious when you put the cards in here, it can't damage it. And mind you, this is a thick card. So how you think I feel if I'm trying to squeeze in a Lorcana card that's much more thinner than this? Oh my god, really? Oh, I figured it out. Mic check, can you hear me now? Oh, okay. I figure out the audio issue. I apologize everyone who's been complaining about my yeah. Oh, I feel sorry. All right. So apparently I just checked my so I have a Wave XLR, which is cool because you know you just tap on it, you can adjust your gain, your output, input, your mixers. So the moment you guys kept on talking about my volume, I looked at my Wave XLR and I noticed that I have it on headset mode. And I'm like, wait, why is it on headset mode? It's supposed to be on the mic. So I changed it to mic and I noticed my volume on the mic is 25%. And I normally have it at 50%. On top of my adjustment when it comes to the noise gain, the the gate. If I talk loud, it will only max at this certain decibel. If I talk low, it will pick it up and amplify it. So the fact that I didn't realize that my mic gain was low from this device itself, that tells me it's a note to myself to always check the mic gain. So I apologize to everyone who's been watching this for the last hour that my audio's crap. But anyways, back to the whole little rant. My main thing is you have to be very, I guess, vigilant or cautious when you order stuff online. Because, like I said, one thing I noticed when you buy a TCG product with from that has a foreign comes from a different language, is that normally the box itself would give you an idea. So if you look at Dragon Ball Fusion World Set 1, if it's English, it will say Awakening Pulse Set 1. If it's Japanese, it will still say Dragon Ball Fusion World, blah blah blah, whatever. But instead of giving you the set name itself will be in Japanese text, not kanji, or actually it might be kanji. I don't know. I know Redbeard is an expert when it comes to Japanese. When it comes to like knowing what language they're using. But that's the main issue. Like Redbeard stated, you got people who scout foreign sets, realize it's a bad investment, resell it on eBay or any other online outlet. Katana, yeah, that's it. That's one that's like more Chinese lettering, I guess, or Mandarin. But so yeah, so you got eBay, TCG Player, all this. Oh man, don't get me started with TCG Player, man. Oh, a few months ago, they finally added sellers to sell foreign cards. I don't like that. Of course, yeah, I can make adjustments on the filter, but it sucks when I look at the market and it's like, oh, you want this card? Oh, you tell him, Redbeard. Like I said, you're the expert. I'm joking. Yeah, you look at TCG Player. It's like, oh man, they're selling Unarena Yuji for like $5. Oh, hot damn, that's a steal. And then you look at the picture and you realize it's Spanish or Japanese, and it's like, well, where's the English one? So you gotta play around with your filters, have English only, and bam, it's back up to $20, $25. And it's like, there you go. That's the price I'm looking for. Now, TCG Player's been doing that. But yeah, I don't know. I was just kind of bummed out because I almost bought a case. Oh, hey, here we go. I almost bought a case. And I caught myself realizing I was about to buy the Japanese version and not the English version. All because I just kind of looked at the picture to make sure I understand what I'm buying. Almost going through this box, I haven't found a single enchantment. So, I have a $5 Pete, so that's something. All right, we got 3 more packs of Shimmering Skies, and we will go to the Ursula's Return. I don't know. It's always interesting to, know that people take interest of learning other countries' culture, regardless of the reasoning. Of course, I kind of had to, so, fun fact about my life, or my past life, I spent half of my childhood in Germany. So I was raised in German culture. I almost learned the German language. I not saying that I can't. I can't speak word shit when it comes to German. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, stutter. But I have known a simple basics of how to interact with the adults, the local community over in Germany. And ever since then, I've been hooked of learning other cultures from other countries. Almost went to South Korea, but stuff happened where I was stuck in Georgia for a bit, and I think that was like the only, like once I came back to the United States and spent the rest of my later half of middle school and high school in Texas, that itch of going abroad just kind of like came to or whatnot. And it's like, oh man, let me join the military. Hopefully it lets me travel the world. Yeah, that was a fucking lie. I've been stuck in Louisiana for 12 years before I left that base. So here I am in Virginia, hanging out with everyone that I have met at my local card shop. But I've always still show interest of, the culture and everything. I actually ended up taking a college course earlier this year that gave me a better understanding as far as, how the culture, what's that word I'm looking for? I forgot what the word means. Start with a G. But basically how culture, technology, knowledge, food, all that stuff spread around the world. I forgot what that is. Oh man, now I'm going to spend the rest of the night thinking about that word. Anyways, I'm going to open up another set. So we finished Azurite Sea. We just finished Shimmering Skies. So now we're going to finish the stream with 2 boxes of Urusula Returns. I just finally read your post. German is a weird ass language. It is. One thing I realized is that, especially when you translate it, try to think of an example, which I thought was interesting. If I recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not an expert. The word is not really like the United States. Like, I'm trying to think of an example, or maybe like ambulance. You think of the word ambulance, you already know, oh, it's a vehicle that takes people from one location to another, or to the hospital, basically. Yeah, if you, wait, what the hell? What? How you open this? Oh, I forgot. So this is the older set. So what, set 5 is when they went back to the whole, they just went to the whole, just open naturally? Oh man, I didn't know that. But we say ambulance, that's just our one word to indicate a car that takes you to the hospital. But, and like I said, this is just an exaggeration of the translation, but for them, it would be like some weird ass German word, but when you translate it, it would be like a car to hospital. So it's kind of more of like an action rather than a term of it. It's very interesting. Volkswagen, people's car. Like, that one I know because I own a GTI. So this is my first time opening an Urusula Return. So let me know in the chat what I'm supposed to be looking for. That could be a high value, because as far as I know, this could be a high value, and I just chuck on the side. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, it's an Urusula. Cost 7, 4-7. Yeah, she's a 4-7. Oh, wait. Llama, is this the card you're talking about? Where I have, like, I could just freeze the whole board? Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I want to build a control deck for Lorcana. Oh, really? Guess I need a tech as well then. I remember y'all, the community was talking about that. He came in and added Ursula, which, you know, of course, you know, he got first place overall, which is great. Congrats. But I guess, you know, him getting first place got to his head to where he's like, oh, I'm too good for you guys. I don't like that mindset. Just in general. Just be like, hey, thanks for the congratulations. You know, I had a good time, blah, 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 whatever. I dealt with a lot of people like that. And I admit, I was that guy. When I was young, I was that guy. But, you know, maturity kicks in and I try to be more humble. Huh. This is actually nice. One cost just to give your character rush. I mean, and not only did they get rush, but they could challenge. Oh wait. Okay, that's a catch. You can't quest. I kept on forgetting the rules. You cannot quest if they can rush. Has there been any Lorcana cards, or has there been any tech where you can play a card and quest immediately with it? Like, have they ever implement some kind of mechanic like that in Lorcana at all? I know there's spells you can play that let you earn lores. But I just don't know any that lets you, you know, be like, oh, I'm going to play Ursula and just tap 3 for game, you know? Only for challenging? That's lame. Excuse me. But then again, I can see how that would make the aggro deck more broken. Because if you have a way to immediately quest on play, you know, that's what everybody's going to play is aggro. I'm sorry. So when I see this card, this was my very first quote competitive deck. Cause that's how everybody met me. I was the guy that played a Bruno Puppy deck, and I managed to beat one person, and I was happy. And ever since then, everybody countered my deck with hate. It's like, damn guys, I'm just here to have fun. And that's when I realized how competitive the scene is over at our local card shop when it comes to Lorcana. I'm like, damn, I didn't realize Lorcana was that competitive. I'm in. Of course, my working life schedule never permitted me to show up Wednesday for a while. What's this? Ah, okay. Interesting. I'm starting some cards are catching my attention. I normally look at it because of the art. Like, I'm looking at a flying baby, but then I read the text and it's like, oh man, this text is not bad. Jacques, Clean, Cogsworth, Lee Shang, Magic Broom. Huh, okay. So free draw. The Ariel's knowing? Let me see. Well, I mean, I already could tell why she's annoying. First thing that caught my attention is she's Steel. And one thing I learned since I joined the Lorcana community is that everybody hates Steel because of Steel's song. Amplify voice. Whenever you play a song, you may pay 2 inks to deal 3 damage. Oh, wow. So you can play a 1-cost song, tap 2. Oh man, that's stupid. Okay. I mean, that's one thing I learned is anything that is steel in this game is considered annoying because steel is pretty much focused on removal for the most part, and that's just removal. It's like, well, I don't know. I mean, be prepared kind of caught me off guard because I didn't know there was like a massive board removal like that. Oh hey, what's this? This card look like this card's ass just from reading the text. I'm assuming this is like, I guess it's a location deck. Well, it is blue, so I know blue you kind of ramp it up real quick. We're kind of halfway through this set. So I guess everybody's excited for the new set coming out for Lorcana. I forgot what it's called, but it seems like they're adding Bolts, the dog, in it. Or actually, it's more focused on pets on this new set from what I've seen. Oh, you know what? Along Came Zeus came from the set, right? What's this? Wait, what? Chat. Explain to me how the Cinderella works. She's a singer's 9, so that means she can sing up to 9 cost. That's stupid. And then every time she sings, all the princesses get +1 lore. So is there like a princess deck? I mean, I might want to try that out. Actually, I need to take my time going through these cards. It's like the more I look at I'm reading the text, the more interesting, each of the mechanics are in this game. Holy crap. Is she like meta in today's like currently in Lorcana, or I mean the fact that you have a 5 cost that can sing up to a 9 cost song, as well as buff each princess with 1 extra lore, I think that's kind of crazy. I just don't recall people playing any deck that has that. I don't know if the meta is just trying to finish the game as fast as possible. Okay. It's just interesting because everybody's. I mean, just from what I've seen, everybody seems to be playing the same deck with slight alterations. That'll be nice. Actually, I tried to do it before with the Pokemon scene, but it seems like everybody who are interested just kind of deuced out. Or one person ended up joining the Star Wars, and that didn't work out for him at the end, which kind of sucked. But like, I don't know, it would be nice if there's like a separate format where like Magic has a format where you only can play commons or uncommons. I think it was called Pauper sets, if I recall. Pokemon, a lot of people made their own format, like the Gym Challenge format, where you're only allowed to play a certain elemental type, so you only have a water type Pokemon in your deck, or fire type, whatever. And of course, people somehow they made a Commander Pokemon. I still haven't had a chance to delve into it, but they say it works. And this allows you to use all the cards released in Pokemon since day one, which I thought was neat. Of course, I have a ban list, so it's nice to know that the community is on top of it. But where's one for Lorcana? Like, where's one where it's like, all right, guys, let's have a single color format, or let's have a format with actual ban lists. Like, I know that they banned the damn squirrel and did it. Oh, let's go. Oh, see, this is a card I know. I know this. Right. What I'm getting at though is make a one color format just to make it more casual, or make it more slower paced is what I'm getting at. But let's have a side conversation. I just pulled a Diablo. All right. I need a W in the chat right now. I don't care about him. I got Diablo. But anyways. No. I mean, like I said, I guess I'm just trying to figure out, will Lorcana ever add a separate format? Like, I don't know if you guys were aware, but they released a temporary format for Valentine's Day just to, the bird is annoying. How I know? Because I went against somebody, I don't know who's in the chat right now, but he did introduce me to Diablo when I got back into Lorcana. And those who don't know who I'm talking about, he's a very avid Godzilla watcher. And I was so upset when I went against his deck. And it doesn't help that Llama made it more annoying when I didn't realize you could shift a baby Diablo into the little green Diablo. I was like, man, I don't like that bird at all. They should ban it. Got a little ugly face. Ooh. What's Pack Rush? Is that the one that they're trying to do in Valentine's Day? Robert? Oh man, I meant Redbeard. So explain to me, Redbeard, what's Pack Rush? And yes, Robert, that individual was one who made me not like Diablo since day one. A 3 cost, that's kind of lame. That's the most lamest card ever. Oh, that's actually an interesting format. I like that. Just a very quick match. I think Yu-Gi-Oh did something similar, like a speed duel. And I think it got popular initially, but after a while, it just kind of died off in the United States, of course. I mean, hell, like me and Robert had a conversation earlier about, you know, what is considered a dead game, and everybody had their own definition of it. But to me, a dead game is when the game is no longer being supported. Like when the company is like, we're shutting it down, we're shutting it down. Like, do not expect any more content. Do not expect the servers to be up. The game's officially gone. If you want it to stay alive barely, the community needs to spend their own resources. Oh yeah, and that's great. Like, be able to post that link for everybody to watch. I would love people to have a understanding what's considered a dead game, because me and Robert were talking about. Like mainly because somebody came in, and you know, I was being taught how to play Final Fantasy TCG, and I like it. I was like, man, hey, you know, and I prior to me showing up, I looked online of where you could play Final Fantasy TCG, and one thing I started to notice, and it's like a pattern. Most niche TCGs or TCGs are from popular companies that people don't hear much about. And a good example would be like Digimon 2020 or Dragon Ball Fusion World, you know, from Bandai Namco. You know, a very popular company that produce a bunch of anime IPs. Unless you live in a big city, there's usually not a scene for them outside of the city. So whenever I hear people say, "Oh, this game is dead," why is that? I don't see people play it. It's like, okay, you don't see people play it here in the local area you're in. So if you're in bumfuck nowhere or you're in a small little town, of course people ain't gonna play this niche game. You expect somebody to play a Grand Archive in the middle of Kentucky? No, that's something you will see like in like in Kansas City or like, you know, over in Seattle, stuff like that. Like actually in the city. So when people say the game is dead, 9 times out of 10, when I ask them what you mean by that, I end up learning the game is dead in their area, but it's still strong in other places. Yeah, this is a stupid bird I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about, Llama. I did not know you could shift him. Sorry, I got sidetracked. I see Diablo. I see red. But yeah, guy came in, said, "Oh, I thought the game was dead." And it's like, "Oh, the game's dead? Nah, it's alive. It's just dead here where we're at." But if you want to drive an hour up north in the Nova, Maryland, DC area, you'll definitely see a bunch of Final Fantasy players. I mean, Robert, if you can answer this question, have you went down to Richmond for that as well? Or is it really like up in like Woodbridge, Springfield area? So North Carolina. But where at in North Carolina, if you don't mind telling me? Like, is it like some random city, a random town, or is it like in an actual major city? Oh yeah, but I'm trying to prove a point, and hopefully I'm right on this. But it's gonna be a well-known city in North Carolina, right? It's not gonna be in like a small little town. Ryla. That one I gotta do my research on then. I'm familiar with that city, but I gotta like take a look at the surrounding area. But yeah, but like whenever I look up like, hey, I want to play Grand Archive, where do I need to go? Oh, you need to go up to DC, Alexandria, Arlington. Oh, okay, cool. Pretty much the big cities or the urban areas. Same thing. Hey, I want to play Final Fantasy. Oh, there's a whole bunch up north in the cities. Oh, what else? Like what other TCG I want to play? Flesh and Blood. I was trying to get into that. Same thing. I have to drive up north. So all these big cities in the northeastern part of the United States host them. And then, like I said, each of the websites actually have their own search locator. So that's why when every time I hear people say, "Oh, it's a dead game," it's like, do you even bother researching, all these tournaments and stuff? If it's a dead game, why they're on set 24 for Final Fantasy? The game been out since what, 2016 in the United States, and they're still releasing sets for it up to 24. I don't think the game's dead, man. I will respond to your post, Red. I'm going to respond to Robert real quick because he said something which he is 100% right. Marketing is very important. And they can, and you're right. I think it's a little lazy because the only reason why I knew about Final Fantasy TCG is whenever I was playing Final Fantasy 14. MMO, I have to hop onto their Square Enix website to log into the Moogle station. And normally they'd be like, oh, hey, well, since you're here, check out all of our Square Enix product. And that's when I learned about the TCG. And of course, the main question is, why isn't there any advertisement? I went to so many local game shops in the South, and not once have I heard anything about Final Fantasy. And then, funny enough, when I was in Houston visiting my family, I went to a local game shop. Oh, hey, surprise, surprise, Final Fantasy. And that's why I always say, like, it's usually the cities that host these type of game, these niche type of game. So you're 100% right on that. It's marketing. The question is, why aren't they marketing? And I will say that Square Enix have been dropping the ball lately for the last few years. I don't know if they've been dropping the ball. Actually, they've been dropping the ball for a while now. I don't know if that is the reason why the TCG is doing poorly, but yeah, they got to do a good job on it. But then again, I think at the end of the day, we're not the target segment here for Square Enix. Their target segment, of course, is people in Japan. The way I see it, they're just being generous to be like, all right, we're willing to release an English version of this TCG for you. That's kind of how I see it sometimes. Not just Final Fantasy, but just in general. And GameStop, see, I didn't know that. But I do have a belief that they did try to tap into the Western market, and it didn't went off as expected, and they were like, all right, well, we'll still tap into it, but let's not invest too much into it. So that's kind of why there's not much of from what I've seen, not much of Final Fantasy TCG packs on the shelves unless you go to a local card shop, or as Red mentioned, they sell them in GameStop. But I think they sell them because GameStop, of course, is not a game store no more. It's more of a nerd store, or what's that word I'm looking for? It's basically a store where anything nerd related, novelties, stuff like that, they'll just sell it. So Final Fantasy being a popular gaming brand, or a popular brand in gaming in general, they're like, oh hey, let's slap the TCG over there. GameStop's a hobby shop anymore. Yeah, I don't know. They kind of been like they actually grade your cards now. blew my mind. Okay, so I work at GameStop. I think, Red, you work at GameStop as well, right? Because you know how their stock works. Based off of the sales and how many pre-orders we have, determines basically our stocks, if I recall. I remember I had a boss and he was always on my ass about pre-orders, and I was like, why is that important? I'm just curious. I asked him. He explained to me that if we're not having a lot of pre-orders, then we're not going to get a lot of stocks. As far as like, it was funny because I had the same conversation with the LGS owner that we go over at Crimson Kingdom we go to, Nick. If he cannot register 64 players in his store, then Bandai Namco would not provide him more bulks from distribution, stuff like that, right? Allocation, thank you. He can't get allocation. GameStop is the same way. If we are not getting people to pre-order games and subscribe membership into our store, we're going to get poor allocation. So I end up learning that. So if I go to a GameStop that is not stocking up, that their stocks are inconsistent, that tells me that they are not reaching their numbers and they're getting penalized for that. And as a result, they have to start firing people because, like, all right, we're not reaching our numbers, we're not getting a lot of stuff. We have 8 employees, we got to drop down to 5 employees until, we can, improve our numbers and stuff like that. I only worked there as a temp employee, man, but it wasn't bad as a young person, but I just can't. I'm just kind of curious, like, how's the career for somebody who become a full-time employee there? So I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's just I'm just going off of my 2-3 months experience working at GameStop. But for those who work at GameStop, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's how they operate, and that determines of your overall store performance will determine what you get, what allocation you receive. But yeah, I worked there, especially when oh my god, when Call of Duty. Oh yeah, I told people that too. I actually have a buddy over in San Antonio, and he was just job hunting. And he was saying, like, yeah, man, I really like video games. I should work at GameStop. And I actually told his ass, do not work there. Do not work there, man. I was the same way. I thought you just hang out, stock up the shelves, keep it nice, clean, organized, talk about nerd stuff all day. No. I end up learning that's not how GameStop work. All they care about is profit. And in order for them to achieve their profit, achieve their numbers, you gotta be a salesman. You want the boss prefer that you talk about having them subscribe into their membership rather than convince them to buy a game and explain to them. Or they want you to convince them buying a used game because a used game gives GameStop money. Right, because I agree, Red. Because at the end of the day, like I said, they just try to figure out how they can improve their revenue. That's something I could see at corporate level management that you got to worry about. But the fact that they're bringing that type of expectation down to a store management, that's just annoying. That's too much. You're stressed the hell out because you realize you're not meeting the quota, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, shit, am I going to have a job? Am I going to get fired? I mean, oh, damn. I just remembered this. So I work at GameStop during the holidays, and I met this guy. Cool guy, but he was kind of a jerk. He just got this, yeah, no, you're rounded down on that. But yeah, now, But he was just being an asshole. But he was just all he cared about was numbers. Like, subscriptions. Did people subscribe to our monthly membership? Are you trying to convince people to buy used games? What else? Pre-orders. Oh my God, when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 came out, I was there to help manage the midnight release. I fucking hate it. Oh, hey, Piglet. Oh, hey, a double. That's cool. That's... How often do you get, like, double legendaries? That's kind of cool. But, I guess, sidetrack. But yeah, the boss was just on my ass every time. So a few years goes by, and I went to GameStop. I can't, you know, I like I said, I'm in the military, so I over in Louisiana. I stop by to visit my family in Houston every now and then. And I know I took my little brother to GameStop just to hang out with them. And I don't see that guy there no more. I'm like, oh, he must got a promotion or some shit, right? Of course, we couldn't find the game we're looking for. And I said, well, let's check out Best Buy. You know, that's like our second go-to place. And lo fucking behold, I saw my old boss as a I'm actually excited. Let's toss this away. I don't know what it is, but we will reveal it in 3, 2, 1. I got my enchantment. I got my first enchantment. Let's go. Give me a second. It's $150. Let's go. Oh, no, $165. I mean, sure. We got Llama here. Wants the enchanted Sizu, or I can't pronounce it. I mean, I'll trade it for a competitive deck. We could talk more after this. I'm actually happy. I just want to end the stream now. It's like, hey, I hit my enchantment. I don't know what else to look for. I mean, ah, man, that's a very good feeling to finally hit an enchantment. I went through what? 8 boxes. So hey, 8 boxes to get an enchantment. That's a very poor ratio since there's a lot of factors in. Oh man, that's good. Well, let's go ahead and open up the rest of the packs. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, I'll end it because I'm kind of hyped up still. But long story short, yeah, this guy who dedicated his whole career to GameStop, and here he is as a floor sales agent over at Best Buy. And I asked him like, "Oh, damn, what happened?" And he said that his store didn't improve for a while. And he was let go of his management position since they did not trust him managing the store. And I was like, damn, that sucks. And that was the end of the story. But going back to that was kind of like going off for a GameStop conversation. But enough about GameStop. I pulled this bad boy. It's gonna be on the stream. It's gonna be on the camera for the rest of the stream. Just a flex. Hold on. There we go. Why is it so dark though? That's what throws me off about this enchantment. Or enchanted, I'm sorry. It's just black. Oh, it's underwater or something. I don't know. Yeah. And what's frustrating is that here I am in my early 20s. I think I was 22 years old when I finally met up with them. Ah, okay. Interesting. So they're all like black backgrounds. Yeah. You don't see the reflection on it? Ah, okay. So each set has their own enchantment style. Actually, I remember when Crimson King did their weekly box opening for Lorcana. I don't know what set it was, but it was pretty much like a golden card of one of the Disney characters. But you know, like same thing, it has like similar texture and everything, but it was like golden background and like a golden silhouette of them. All right, this is what you were asking for, Llama, right? We'll trade for this. I'd be like that. How that? Yeah. You won that. I remember that. Yeah, that was interesting. The Daisy Duck. I remember that. Yeah. That's kind of cool. But so I don't know. Fuck, what do you call it? Because I know CK is going to do it. You know, down the road. Excuse me. But basically, if you buy a box, you could give it a CK for them to open for you. And, you know, it's just kind of hype up, you know, to be like, oh, what you got, you know. But I remember there was always an issue with these so-called, you know, like their popular box opener or some shit like that. And it's always funny when you see people do this, right? So they're all like, you know, they're just going through their opening. Hold on, let's put this in the back. You know, they're opening. They're doing this. And then they right when they're at the end, that's when they notice it, right? And they're like, oh, hold on, stream. I think we got it. We got to see. And then they do this shit. All right, guys, let's see what we got. And they whip it out. And it's like, oh, we don't got it. And they basically pull the, not the enchantment, but like the high value card that they almost pull of the guys they open the box for. And they just somehow like do like a sleight of hand to get this off to the side. And put like the unfoiled version of it. I said, that is so fucking scummy, man. But it's also funny that they're doing that live. So you got people who just straight up go back and rewatch the stream that's uploaded on the internet and call them out on that, saying, hey, you stole somebody's card. You're an asshole. I always see those videos. I think, yeah, I don't trust that. I'd rather do it for like someone I trust if they, you know, do that kind of stuff. Like a live box opening. Oh, hey. Diablo Code Foil. Anybody else looking for that? Yeah. A code for the Diablo, and then and enchantment Sizu. And on top of it, I have another Sizu. Yeah, this is the box I've been looking for. I guess ask our Godzilla buddy if he's looking for this, since I know he has a Diablo in his deck. $30 easy, nice. Man, that's one thing I miss from CK. I mean, I know they still kind of do it, but they're so limited on what they sell. When it comes to singles, is what I'm trying to talk about. It sucks because I remember, you know, I mean, let me know if you want both of them. That's like what, 185 right here. So for both the Code for Diablo and the Enchanted Sizu. But yeah, no, it sucks. I hate when I go to the store and they don't have any singles. But at the same time, it's more frustrating to learn that the reason why they don't sell singles is not because they don't want to, but it's just because of, you know, today's TCG market. You got people who go to different stores and buy up all the supplies just to resell it in their own TCG player account or their own store. I'm like, damn, okay. I mean, that's annoying. Like One Piece is a good example. I will never forget this. Nick had a bunch of singles of One Piece out on his store floor. Like, I was like, oh, cool. And there was this chopper, and I still have this chopper. No, and I will never forget this, right? So there's this manga chopper, and it was no, it's not a manga chopper, and I still have him. I gotta look for it. It's somewhere in my One Piece collection, but it's the Christmas edition chopper where he's like sleeping with the little Santa hat or something like that. I don't know, but I remember I ended up buying it. But me being me, I'm trying to be responsible with my money. I don't try to do it impulse shopping and stuff. That's a very bad habit to have. I said, all right, I'm gonna be a responsible adult and wait till I get paid next week and buy it. It was like $25 at TCG on TCG Player, and you know it was on the little, it was on the shelf for everybody to look at. That's all right, cool. No shit. The moment I made that decision to be a responsible, you know, adult, not trying to blow my money, impulse buying and stuff like that, two guys come in, looked at what they had. I dropped a card. Look at what they have single, One Piece singles they have. And they're like, hey, we're interested. I like to buy everything you got. And, you know, Nick was like, oh, okay. He was kind of off guard, but, you know, he's like, oh, I mean, hey, money's money. Go for it. Because he actually have extra binders in the back of singles. So I was devastated. I was like, fuck, man. I really wanted that chopper. And I can't get it because this dude bought the whole thing up. And I ended up learning from somebody else saying, oh, yeah, he's from, I don't know, he's like from, like, south from where we at or up north. But he actually, like, buys and resells stuff at higher rates. You know, he kind of like, you know, you buy something, you wait until the supply and demand shift, and all of a sudden, you know, what you buy for $1 is now worth $50. That's kind of what he does. He just try to flip TCG cards, just monitor the market and shit. So I was devastated. I was like, fuck, man, I can't get that damn chopper. And that's, like I said earlier, that's when I saw Nick go to the back and he got this big binder. He took out more One Piece singles, sleeve them up, and have them set on the, you know, on his little display case for people who are interested. Of course, he did it after the guy left. And lo and behold, the chopper that I wanted was back on the shelf within, you know, 10 minutes of the transaction, exchange, all that shit. I say, fuck being responsible. I'll drop $25 right now. And that's how I got that damn chopper. But it's been happening so much now to where they're like, yeah, we don't display singles. You just got to go on our website to buy them. And unfortunately, you go to the website, it's nothing but Magic cards. Now, I did give them all my Pokemon collection, so I would not be surprised if I go to their website and see a bunch of Pokemon singles there. Yeah, nah, man. It's just like, I mean, I don't know if you guys ever realized, but all the stuff that CK used to do, or like our own local card shop, they kind of provided more service, but like I said, it's just they kind of tone it down a bit just because of just how the TCG market is. You got people who just want to come in and try to buy up everything they have. And like I said, the whole Pokemon situation, it was funny at first, but now it's annoying when everybody's always spamming the Discord channel. Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have this? Do you have anything? It's like, dude, chill. I don't know. I'm just always ranting. Let's think of something positive. Well, I don't know. I only got 3 packs left, so we may have to wrap it up. But if you guys got anything else to say or want me to discuss, go for it. It could be TTG related, nerd related, whatever. Huh. What's this? Oh, okay. This is like for a broom deck. Well, they do that. So I'm sorry. They do that. But even then, see, I don't know if it's because they sell it on their website and that's why it's all gone, or what. Because I mean, you know what? I might ask them. I'll stop by one day and ask them, hey, do you still have your SR binders? And if they say no, then I'm going to be like, oh, so how do you end up selling them? Like, I'm just curious. Like, did somebody buy them all up, or did you sell them online? Like, what's up with that? I'm just kind of curious. I mean, like I say, it's just, I might sleeve this. I'm not too sure. It's a cold foil Yen Sid. But, I mean, trust me, before CK, you know, they were always trying to, you know, they always sell what they have. It's just, I don't know. You just got people. It's just that people all of a sudden just want to ruin it for others. They just want to come in, clear out the stores, and then we're the ones who have to suffer. And if this was something I wanted to discuss about earlier in the stream, but I got sidetracked. But this is kind of my main thing when it comes to customer loyalty, you know, or taking care of your locals in a sense. And that's what they've been doing now. They don't care how everybody else feels about, like, oh, I mean, you know, I think that's unfair. You know, I think you should sell everything no matter if they are locals or not. Nah, fuck that. Like, today is a good example. We had a Gundam beta. You know, a lot of local card shops stated, if you are a regular customer who's been supporting our business, you will have priority. And a lot of people are all crying and complaining about it. You know, you see that on Reddit. I see that a lot on Reddit lately. Everybody's upset about how a particular card shop handled their business. But the question is, well, have you been to our card shop? Oh no, I was browsing on the Bandai app to find a slot, and I realized there was none in my local area, so I found one an hour away. And not bad, because they told me they're not going to they will not let me in because I'm not a local. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's kind of fucked up. Why would they I mean, at the end of the day, if they care about money, then they should accept anyone. But if you want to have a healthy business, especially a local card shop, take care of the community that supported you. And that's kind of what they're doing now. They're trying to make sure us locals are taken care of. So every time a new set comes out, I mean, they've been doing that a lot lately. I think Magic is the only one so far where they didn't really they don't have any restrictions, but they've been very strict when it comes to selling Pokemon brand, especially if it's a very hot item. And I think they kind of do the same thing with One Piece, where it's like you're only able to buy a One Piece box if you participated in their event, as well. And then and then they're saying, okay, not only do you need to participate in our event, but you also kind of need to be a local and stuff like that. So I mean, they've been improving, but it's kind of it was kind of crappy the initial year or two with CK, and I'm not blaming them. It's just, I mean, that's just them learning how to run a business. But other than that, I am kind of happy of what I pull, especially these two. This is pretty much almost $200 right here. Where's my Pete at? Dang, I don't ready to put my Pete, but I also have a $5 card, so that's nice. But yeah, no, that's it. I opened up all the boxes. I talked to you guys for almost 2 hours and 15 minutes. So again, appreciate you guys watching the stream. I will say I do not have any new sets on hand. However, thanks to Robert, he got me into Final Fantasy, and they're kind of dirt cheap, so I might pay my own pocket to obtain them for my next box opening, but that won't happen anytime soon. Like I said, I don't have any more products to purchase from my local card shop at the moment, so I will start trying out new things, which will most likely be streaming me playing some games. Streaming myself playing some games. Of course, I'm trying to make this more of a TCG focused type stream, so I would try and make this a little fun and open up a poll and ask those who are watching this, as well as those who are subscribed, what game you want me to play. Magic Arena, Pokemon TCG Live. I'm not going to put down Yu-Gi-Oh! If somebody say Yu-Gi-Oh!, I will be very upset with you. So do not ask me to play Yu-Gi-Oh! I do not have the aptitude to play that game yet. But of course, you got Dragon Ball Fusion World as well. So I'll put a poll up of all the TCGs that I could download and play, and see what you guys are interested to watch. Other than that, that's not much to say. Like I said, I actually got my enchantment. Took me 8 boxes to pull one, so I'm happy. And of course, I gotta sort through my bulks. But other than that, that's it. Appreciate you guys watching my stream. And so I don't normally try to do this, but if you guys want to ensure that you are aware that I'm streaming, I end up realizing that you have to subscribe, or I guess hit the little bell notification. I don't know, but I am trying to minimize spamming my my advertisement on some of the Discord channels. Even though I was told that there's nothing wrong doing that, I kind of want to get to the point where it is 9 p.m. Eastern time Saturday. I'm going to get everything set up and start the stream. So if you guys want to be notified when I start my stream, I really encourage you guys to subscribe, ring the bell, whatever, to remind you. If you guys don't want to do that, that's no problem. I would say please be aware of that from 8 to 9 p.m. I will start my stream every Saturday, and I will also make the announcement in the YouTube, in my community page under the account. So I am trying my best to constantly communicate to those who are interested to continue watching, supporting my stream. But yeah, like I said, I'm trying to minimize advertisement. I just ask you guys just be aware that I'm trying to like rely on you guys to receive the auto notification, stuff like that. So that's basically it. So other than that, like I said, I'll end my stream here. You guys have a good one, and thanks again.